I can't see
Cool.
anything.
Let's see if it went on.
Oh,
Got
hi,
my
baby.
mutt back there. Hey, how you doing? Cool.
Okay.
You went
Go live.
live. Let me double check mine. Cool. We have some people tuning in. We'll knock out some things today. If you got any questions, please feel free to drop them into our comments. A lot going on there. I know Josh was at the game this weekend. He got to do the march with Woodson, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it was.
A lot of people still in.
Yeah, so that was the biggest march of the year, and I think it's because it was promoted well, and he was there, and he was
Very.
super cool, taking pictures with everybody, and he did a Q&A before, so they did like a 45-minute Q&A before they did the march, and it wasn't like he was closed off, like he was right there, and then he was asking questions, giving away jerseys. He gave away a full-sized flat black helmet.
Oh, wow.
Like he was giving away stuff that was worth like $1,000. So I put my slippers on. My feet are cold. But yeah, it was cool. Like I was like, man, because he did the couple things with the whiskey and things like that prior, but now they're contracted with Mandalay Bay, so he had a Q&A in front of Mandalay Bay, like right there. It was fucking awesome.
Wow.
So I hope they do stuff like this going forward. So what I heard is, Woodson Whiskey's part. He said Woodson Whiskey's partnered with Mandalay now.
Awesome.
So yeah, I was like, dude, they're gonna be there all the time. Should be fun.
Yeah, I've been messaging. Maybe I'll say it off camera. I've been messaging the Woodson whiskey rep, seeing what it takes to do some giveaways with them. They're interested, so believe it or not, he goes send me over a catalog, and he was like, I'm pretty sure we can work something out.
Who are you messaging, Jay?
Whoever runs the Woodson whiskey account.
Yeah. Oh, okay. It's probably Jay.
Yeah, whoever's running the Woodson whiskey account, I've been messaging back and forth with. Sent them over a catalog, so see if we can get some things to give away and stuff. They said we don't want to keep anything. I was like, we just want to be able to promote.
Yeah, like I'm taking some signed bottles to the tailgate this weekend to raise money for my kids' football team.
My buddy has extra sideline passes if you're interested.
Duh! What the fuck? Have him DM me.
Yeah, he has some extras. He invited me, so I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll make an appearance out there too. Short appearance, maybe. We'll see what happens.
Oh, that's the thing I posted on my thing. Woodson was very honest about what he thought in the draft process. And to me, it wasn't a PC answer. Like he was like, no, this is what I think. And you see, I mean, he is a commentator on Fox, but you saw, I was very surprised because he played for the Raiders. I thought he was going to give like that PC answer. He's like, no, he's like, these are the
answer where he goes, oh, anyone they take, they'll develop.
Yeah, no. He's like, I like Sanders. I think you're going to Sanders. This is what he's good at. This is what he's bad at. And I was like, oh shit. Like he's like, he holds the ball on too wrong. He has issues reading sometimes. And he doesn't use his athleticism to get sacked. I was like, bro, that's what every scout says too. That's what ESPN says. They're like,
that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah. I mean, I saw a couple of videos from it. I wasn't able to attend, but it looked fun. I mean, it was called like the State of the Union or something. They had it right there, and like it looked like a stage. Looked like a cool experience.
They did a Derek Carr Q&A there when he was here, so that's how I knew where it was and what was there. But the thing is, like, if you get there early, like I was there, there's no reserved seating. Like they reserved it like for the black, like one table for the Black Hole and one for the whiskey team. Other than that, it's like, hey, I just got there early. And I was sitting, with Samoa and Fitz and everything, and the rest of the Black Hole members were just chilling there for a couple hours till he showed up. But yeah, it was straight up.
That's just pretty cool.
Hey, show up! It's free.
Well, I'm glad you got to have fun before the game because that game was atrocious. You can dive in a little bit. That game was, I mean, it's the worst the Raiders have been in a long fucking time. I mean, Raiders always had some hope. This year, obviously, there's been no hope. Scoring that garbage touchdown at the end. I mean, it makes the score look good, but at the end of the day, this team is just flat out terrible.
Yeah, I put a post. I was like, both these games are ass because I was sitting next to John in his seats this week. So I traded mine. But we were watching the other Monday night game as our Monday night game was going on. They were both so bad. And
man.
I don't even know how to explain it. It was just to me, this was almost as bad as the Vikings game where we scored 3, didn't score any points. We lost 3-0. It was almost that bad. Like our offense looked that bad. Our defense was getting burned a lot of times, like for blown coverage, and they had 90 yards passing and beat us. Like that's just, Kirk. I was laughing. I was like, primetime Kirk Cousins. I'm like, he's gonna fuck around and lose because that's what he does in primetime. He's 4-10 on Monday Night Football and something like fucking 10-20 on Sunday night. Like he doesn't win in primetime games.
Yeah.
And he came out and got the W. And he's getting benched now. If you didn't see that.
He got benched, so I mean, the Raiders did something. They got Kirk Cousins benched because he had. I mean, both teams played atrocious. The third quarter, they said the Raiders had 26 total yards of offense.
Yeah. They didn't move the ball at all. A bunch of 3. They intercepted. Spillane made a nutty play diving for the ball, intercepting it, and then we went 3 and out. So it was like
it's crazy, man. It was. I mean, this has to be. I mean, I see some comments blowing up right here. 2006 was probably another bad Raiders team, but they had the third-ranked defense according to Darkside. So I don't know how true that is. It could be true.
I can't see the comments on our live stream.
I have Instagram up as well.
Oh, okay.
So I do. I have a split screen over here, and that's how I kind of run my thing.
There we go. Yeah, I see that right now.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, but it's yeah, I mean, there's not a lot to talk about from the game. Unfortunately, Sincere McCormick, I believe, has ruled himself out for the year. I'm not sure if you had seen that.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, Sincere went on to Instagram. He posted on his story that he will be back next season. So it seems like the ankle issue is going to linger. What do you think, Josh? I mean, at this point, I mean, obviously you're not going to sign anybody.
Yeah.
Hopefully he comes back next year. You need a running back. We've talked about it before. I mean, where do you go right now? Do you just where do you even go? Where do you even start? There's just it's all negative. I don't want to be negative, but everything right now is just it's really negative.
Yeah, you don't have a rookie that you can play to see if they have besides Dylan. And Dylan's not going to be running back one. He's too small. He's a scat back. He could be an Abdullah that's going to get you a few hundred yards rushing, a few hundred yards passing, and then a few hundred yards returning. Like that's what he's going to be. He's going to be like a poor man version of Jalen Richard is what I kind of see him as.
Yeah.
He won't be able to run the ball as much, but he'll make some plays here and there once he gets his NFL legs on them. Hopefully it pans out like that.
Yeah.
But every time you go to the game, it starts with a 6-pack now. There's nothing to look forward to.
Mm-hmm.
I do not know why they're not starting Carter Bradley. I don't have any idea. Throw him out there. Throw him to the Wolves. See what you got. Like, hey, do we have a backup? Do we have a guy that in case somebody gets hurt, can we keep him on the practice squad, or do we need to look further? Because at every other position, we know what we have. So it's like, give him a chance. Next week, they should throw a phone in there and say, here, have fun. You're going to get 20 carries. See if you can carry an NFL load. See if we can hack our switchback. Because Abdullah's 31 years old. He ain't doing shit. And I hate big people.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, at this point, throw in what you got. See what Carter Bradley got. Maybe he'll be a better upgrade. People are going to hate me, but maybe he'll be a little bit better than AOC. You never know.
We know what Ritter is. Ritter's fucking a fumble, a turnover machine, man.
Exactly. So why even go with Riddler? He plays terrible. It's just like the people are saying put you in as running back. I mean, there's just not a lot of options.
They don't have anybody.
This morning we woke up to Janarius Robinson suspended 3 games for PEDs. Where are those PEDs at? Because he needs to show up a little more.
Whatever he's on, it didn't work. So I don't know if he missed or if they lied to him.
Oh man.
Yeah, and then what's his name? Fucking Snowden was a healthy scratch for the Dewey. Yeah. It's like, fuck, dude. I was like, feels like Oakland. We're back. We're back, baby.
Yeah, we are back. Ticket prices are back too. You see that? It was like $50 to get into the game.
$20.
That is insane.
I told people, I was messaging people all weekend. I'm like, so the Raiders, there was hella people there this weekend, believe it or not. A lot of Raider fans went.
Yeah.
It was the first time in 2 months since the beginning of the year that I saw more Raider fans, and it was hard to decipherate the ATL fans because they wear black
jerseys.
But there was like Raider chants and boos and things like that. I was like hella laughing. I'm like, bro, this actually feels like a home game because all the people. I was like, come to a game. We're gonna lose. Who gives a shit? But you haven't been to Vegas. Come out here for the weekend. Watch the team play. You can watch some of these rookies see what they got, and have a good time, knowing we're probably not going to win. If you accept that, you're going to have fun.
I agree. When I travel to the games, when I go to away games, at this point, I'm just like, man, I get to explore a new city if I go. I went to Miami this year. I can care less about a 3-hour game because we're trash right now. Just have a good time, enjoy it. I think that's how you guys should probably go as well.
$95 for the front row. That's what's up. They're normally $1,000, by the way, for the front row. They're usually a G. So $95. That's a steal. I'd go all day.
That is insane. I saw people. I mean, there was the joke for the past 4 years that in Oakland you couldn't give away tickets. I saw on Facebook people trying to give away tickets, and no one was taking them. Yeah. So it's we're back.
We're back, baby. But we saw the So what the thing was, a lot of the content creators were going around, and they were saying, who do you prefer, Sanders or Ward? They're like, that's what we're drafting. I think it's kind of a decision at this point, unless we win a couple games and drop to like 7 or 8. We're getting a quarterback. So with me, Samoa was going around asking. He asked me for that. I told him, I was like, it depends if you want to win now or if you want a project. I was like, Cam Ward's that project. Cam Ward to me has a higher ceiling because he's bigger, faster, stronger, more athletic, better arm. But do you want a project, or you want somebody who can come in and win games or might not develop?
Yeah.
I said Cam has a better ceiling. He also has a lower tank. So he can come in and just be fucking ass.
Yeah.
Or it's going to be a 500 quarterback regardless of what he does. He has enough arm for it, enough smarts, and enough mental ability to overcome it. He can come in and just be average, and I think that's where he's going to be.
Yeah.
I'd see him as 500 quarterback, just without shit, like better than Geno Smith would he come in. Like, cool. But can he overclip that and become a great quarterback? That's the question.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. I think Shedeur can come in and be a 500 quarterback with the fundamentals that he has right now. Obviously, he's going to have Brady training him on the side. That's very well known within the nation now that Brady is, a huge voice in this quarterback play. And he likes Shedeur. So I think he has the tools to become a good quarterback. He just needs to apply them. So we'll see what Brady can do with Shedeur. Maybe bring us back to the promised land. Ticket prices go up, all the fun stuff that goes along.
I was getting nervous watching that game. I'm like, we're gonna fuck around and be up to 7.
I was more nervous than winning than in 1 year in 2016. I was actually nervous yesterday.
Like, you're gonna fuck around and lose Sanders. That's what they're doing.
I had tweeted you. I was like, man, you're gonna have to run onto the field to make sure they don't catch it.
I know, and then it was funny because I want to say funny, but I was tweeting the mental mistakes. That's what I was tweeting. Not that he couldn't move. It was just like pass interference and blowing coverage.
Yeah.
And like the Jack Jones when he was back there for the punt, he like let it go and it downed at the 2. I'm like, grab the fucking ball, dude.
Yeah.
Or fake it or something. And then there was another one where Abdullah called a fair catch on the 9-yard line.
Yeah.
It's like at that point,
I think it was the 4. That's what led to the safety.
Yeah, and I was like, dude, what the fuck? I was like, it was a lot of mental mistakes. I was like, and that mental mistakes comes to coaching.
Yeah. Few comments in here. People are saying Shedeur holds the ball too long. That's just something you develop as a quarterback, especially when it comes to NFL rush.
Yeah. And the thing is, he didn't have an offensive line at Colorado. So that was he
had no offense. Those people who like to say wins and losses are a quarterback stat. I mean, they kind of are. But he had no defense. Let's be real. Colorado's defense attack. That's why he lost some games. I mean, he was dropping 40 and still losing. Oh, that's a good question right here. Here we go. Let's go with the first question. We got one from Martin right here. Martin Garcia. Should the Raiders release Jack Jones or give him another chance?
He's not a cornerback number 2. We've seen that. The problem is Jack Jones watches tape. And the other problem is the other teams watch tape on Jack Jones. So he's given up a touchdown in the past 4 games. Every game he's given him a touchdown, right? I want to say he gave one this game, going to Tampa, got burned in Miami, and then a couple of the home games. Jack Jones gets beat on double moves to the corner. That's usually what happens. They'll come in, they'll cut out, and they'll zig and run a streak, and he bites because he thinks he can get that interception. He plays aggressive. It works sometimes, but I told people, and they were posting him intercepting Mahomes and oh my God, San Diego and all that crap. I'm like, cool, that was last year. what has he done this year? Like, oh, he got a pick this year. I'm like, yeah, and he's given up 4 or 5 touchdowns for that one pick. That's not a good ratio.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point in time, I don't think he's a starting cornerback for us.
I agree. He does bite. If you watch the, I know you were at the game, but the ESPN broadcast broke it down very well, exactly how you said it. He bites on the slant, and they just go up the seam. That's what Drake London did when they did score. He pretended to hit the slant, and he went right up. He burnt the safety, and easy touchdown. And that's what Jack Jones is notorious for. But he's also notorious for those pick sixes that he does get eventually when he, jumps the slant routes. I think he could be a good veteran corner for us. As a starter, as a cornerback one, I believe you should go a different direction.
Yeah. And I don't even know if Nate Hobbs is coming back. That's the other part.
Nate Hobbs is probably going to ask for a lot of money. He's young. I can see him going, maybe following the steps of Amik, maybe going to like a Detroit or Buffalo.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I believe that Hobbs might walk just because of the way that organization kind of has been the past few years. So, but he came back. That's a good sign. I thought he was going to sit out the rest of the season, especially on a contract year.
Yeah.
So that is a very good sign.
It was just a bad game overall for everybody.
Yeah, I agree. They look checked out, and I mean they should. They're 2-12. I mean, fuck. Let's be real. If you're 2-12, unless you're a practice squad guy, you probably aren't playing your ass off.
Yeah.
If you're guaranteed a spot next season, JPJ, Spillane, so on, they're going to take plays off. It's sad to say, but it's true. Yeah. Should we draft Travis Hunter? No,
not a chance. You need a quarterback, period.
Yeah, you need a cornerback. No Travis Hunter. Especially then look at all the drama that has come with Travis Hunter before he even plays an NFL snap.
and like I look at him as a person. That is what you want in a football player. Doesn't go out. So he's like, he doesn't party, doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, doesn't go out. He would drop his girlfriend off so she can go have fun, and he would like chill in his car and read. Like, and somebody said, "Oh, that's psychotic." I'm like, he wants football is his life.
Yeah,
there are players like that where it's like, hey, I got one shot at this. I got 10 years to do this, and then it's gone forever. I need to do the best I can. It's putting that best foot forward. And as you hear that shit, what he does for teammates, you're like, man, this guy's going to be fucking good. He's going to be good. He has the talent. It's like, what position is he going to play though? That's what I want to know.
Yeah. I think the only chance is if we pull, I think we have talked about it once before. If the Raiders somehow just to throw their balls out and trade back into the first round, like the Texans did a few years back, but I don't see it happening with Telesco. Telesco's not known for trading up in the draft. He's known for BPA. He's known for best position available or best player available. And that's what he's well known for. That's why we ended up with Brock Bowers. It's the best player available, and that's Telesco's draft strategy.
I don't think Jacoby's not a free agent, is he?
I believe he has one more year left.
Yeah, I think he's free agent right now.
I believe. You're talking about Jacoby Myers, right, Jacob? Yeah, I think he has one more year left.
We got a lot of free agents. So we got Kuntz, we got Morig, we have.
I can see Kuntz coming back on a small time deal. Hopefully,
I think they will because they've been hurt. That's the thing. Hobbs too. I think Hobbs is going to get overpaid. I'm trying to find.
That's the thing with Hobbs, man. He's going to get severely overpaid for a team that's desperate at corner, and I just don't think that we fork up the money for that.
Nah, I don't think we will.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I'm trying to find Jack Jones's PFF rating. Where he at, motherfucker? I know it's like one of the worst in the NFL. But
he hasn't been
in my search. He's the 155th ranked cornerback in the NFL right now.
Out of rank, what, 216?
Let me see how many there are. Because it's going to be every cornerback that's played the entire year. So
Spillane and Greenlaw. Greenlaw would be nice in Vegas.
Yeah, he's out of 216. So he's at the bottom of the barrel.
216, right?
Yeah, I can do it by snap count too. Hold on. I can organize this.
Greenlaw would be nice on the Raiders. I think we Raiders do have a chance at Greenlaw. Pair him up with Spillane. Greenlaw obviously coming off, he didn't really play at all this year. We'll see what can happen. As long as he can stay on the field, I feel like it'll be good. I feel like Jones is gone if AP is gone. We'll get into that. I promise. We have a lot of AP talk. We'll get into that. I promise. I have some views. I see both sides of this. I'm excited to talk about this AP stuff.
Yeah. And I'm seeing like Kingsbury floating around again as our offensive coordinator. I'm like, that dude's not going to be an OC. Like, he might be an OC again next year, and then he's getting a head coaching job somewhere. And if
Yeah.
he is, he's going to the fucking Bears. He's not going to
I can see him even pulling maybe like a Bohemian, staying with his quarterback for 3 to 4 years, just to try and develop him. Opinion. Yeah, so a lot of AP news. Let's dive into it. I think we got a good amount of viewers. We can start off. There's a picture floating around of AP gambling 3 a.m. Vegas. I mean, it was on a Friday before a game. There's a lot of mixed emotions about it. I've heard both sides of this. Friday before a game, not the greatest look. Obviously, he has a full day to get to the game, so on, so on, so on. But the picture has been floating around. It was leaked quite a bit ago. The guy who decided to leak it messaged a lot of content creators, and no one had posted it. It had recently came out on a Facebook group.
Yep.
But he messaged a lot of us. He messaged me, Josh, a couple other names. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, right off the bat, people are saying it's fake. I'm like, no, it's not fake. It's not AI. We've been sitting on that shit. I have a private chat group with, I'm not gonna say who, but like some major content creators, some like the big boys, and none of us were like, we ain't fucking touching that. We're like, we're gonna wait till somebody else releases that, because that could be a death sentence. That's what I did. I saw it driving home last night, and I called you. I'm like, bro, it's out. I'm gonna fucking post it. You didn't pick up. 10:40.
You called me at like 12.
And I posted again this morning with the explanation. This is because people were getting the dates wrong. We got it for the October 13th game.
Yeah, which was against Pittsburgh.
And the thing, this is where I say, like, I've supported AP all along. This is a bad look. It's not a good look for this. I don't know what else to say. I'm not out at fucking 3 a.m. as a nurse. Because I could hurt somebody. AP is in charge of a multi-billion-dollar company, an organization. If you're out at 3 a.m. a day before you have a major meeting, you're going to fuck up. You don't hear stuff about Belichick doing this. You don't hear stuff about Brady doing this. You don't hear stuff about Manning doing this. You don't hear stuff about Nick Saban doing stuff like this. So, and all the issues we've had in Vegas, DUIs, deaths, arrests, convictions,
accidents,
accidents, driving recklessly. Jacobs DUI, he wasn't drunk enough, but they're like, okay, we're going to give you a reckless driving. Like, it's just, I don't know what else to say. It's like, it's a bad look. Even if you're winning, it's a bad look. But the fact that we got our asses kicked that game and we got the shit beat out of us the rest of the year, it's even a worse look. And I don't like to judge from the outside. You don't know what he's doing. You don't know his worth ethic, things like that. But if we're losing like this and he's out, you can't help but say, hey, you probably shouldn't have done that. And people are getting pissed off because they support him. And I support him still too. I'm like, I hope to God he did good. Like, I was so ecstatic. I met him like 3 days after he was hired. I'm like, dude, this guy had me running. Like, I want to run through a fucking wall for this dude. Like, he rallied us up, gave the best speech. Like, his speeches are just off the charts. Public speaking, by far, he's great at it. But to me, it's a very, very bad look. And I don't care what people think. Like, to me, that's a bad look if you're running a multi-billion-dollar organization. And the fact that all of us knew prior to happening, goddamn well Mark Davis knew.
Oh, for sure. And I mean, it was so the message the guy had sent was he was in the high limit room, so cameras are usually blocked off. This guy happened to be in the high limit room, snuck a picture with him and a security guard. I mean, it's been out for a while. It never leaked, which was pretty surprising considering most people like the clout behind it. But it didn't leak, and it decided to leak yesterday, 2 days ago. I believe it leaked after the game. When did it leak?
I saw it driving home. I saw it like during the game kind of thing is what the timestamp was. It was shared on X probably like 15, 20 times, and like 20,000 views. But it wasn't by Raider content creators, just some random people. And then on the Facebook group, it was in like some autograph groups, and the same thing, like 5,000, 10,000 views. I'm like, that's fucking 30,000 views. And like, I started messaging. I'm like, hey, did you see this shit already? And a couple of people said, yeah, like, what's going on? And I was like, okay, this is what I saw, or this is what I was told. And I was like, when I called you, I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna post it.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's a bad look. I see both sides. He's a grown man. He can handle himself. But I also see he's running, a huge organization. Probably shouldn't have done it. it's gonna come with the aches and pains of Vegas. If he's doing it, there's probably players doing it that we don't know about.
That is the other problem. That is the problem right there. That is the number one.
A lot of people don't know if you want to be secretive in Vegas, that's the best place to go. They got high limit rooms. They got back doors to these hotels. They will secure you if you're going and gambling or if you want to go party and be, MIA. That's why a lot of millionaires, billionaires go to Vegas because it's super, super. I want to use the word concealed, but it's super secretive. So if you're a high roller, they will hide you.
Yeah, you can do what you want there. But and at the same time, it's just you have to set an example and a precedent, and a coach like that, he's your boss, he's your coach. To some of these people, he's a father figure. Like, let's be real. And he's out at 3 a.m. Hey, coach is doing it. Why can't I? Coach is doing this. Why can't I?
Yeah,
you got to set an example. Like use Gruden as an example. Gruden was hard on his players. And he would yell at them if they were late for curfew or if they weren't in their rooms. He's like, no, fuck that. You're in your room. No ladies, no women, no girlfriends. You go to your room, you go to sleep, you come to practice next day. Same thing. I remember Jeff Fisher did that. He cut a dude because his girlfriend came and said hi to him and brought some food. He's like, no, you're gone. You know the rules.
Mm-hmm.
No, he's like, no, 0 women policy. You're gone. Have a good day. So it's like you got to set them by example. And I don't think that was done. That's why it looks bad, because now people are like, hey, I can go out. I can do this. And we already had fucking 2 issues already this year. It's like, it's just every year somebody's doing something stupid. So
Caesar says we sound like high rollers. It's a thing. I have been to the Resort World one. I had the room there. I gambled a lot when I was there. It's literally crazy because you walk up, it has its own desk. It's hidden. It's all hidden. It's crazy how these casinos work.
Yeah, when I would go to the roulette and the high roller rooms, the minimum roulette was $1,000 a hand, and I was like, "Hey, can I record?" And they're like, "Yeah," and there was a security stand there, so nobody else could see in, and people were like standing there because they had a small entrance, and they were making people leave.
Yeah,
I've been in there a few times, and I won a couple grand and I left, but it was when I went there, I walked in, I was like, "Hey, I'm betting $1,000 a hand. I want some alcohol." So I ordered a shit ton of booze before I even rolled. And then I won a couple times and I ordered a bunch more. I was in there for like 8 minutes, like no shit, like 8 minutes, if that. And I had like 3 beers and 3 shots. I was like, all right, I'm done. I won some money. I'm out. But I will never forget the guy next to me was recording too. And he was doing like social media and shit. And he had $3 million in chips next to him.
Crazy.
And I was like, Jesus Christ. And we were laughing, like we're putting down $1 grand. Like that's just fucking box.
Yeah.
Like
he'll throw you $1 grand.
Yeah, he's like, can I have some? But
yeah, Vegas high roller it's a different breed. It's a different animal.
Yeah.
So if you want to stay secretive, you definitely can.
Yeah. But I remember I was there because he hit a couple and he won some money. He won a lot of money. And I saw he tipped the fucking guy like 10 G's. Just tipped him 10 grand. I was like, fuck. I was like, can I get a tip? What do you want me to do? Like,
oh man. So all right. The AP thing's out. I see both sides. I mean, with AP, I'm gonna go off on a rant real quick. In my opinion, in my very well opinion, it's probably not going to be the best opinion. People are probably going to tag it and let me know it's not the best opinion. I think AP comes back next year. It's a very hot take at the moment. There's a few reasonings. AP was set up for failure. He got Getsy instead of Cliff Kingsbury. He got Minshew instead of Daniels. He was set up for failure. Also, I believe that Dion likes AP. I think that he thinks that he can mold his son kind of how Dion would without Dion having to be there. That's just my opinion. What do you think, Josh?
If Dion or what's it called? Tom Brady or Shador like, hey, we want AP to coach my son. That's the end of the conversation. Like it's gonna happen. Players have that much pull. So to me, I still don't think he's going to be fired. Like, I still don't think he's going to be fired. Like, those don't know. Like, I still support the guy. I'm like, I think he has the utilities to be a good coach. I do not think he's going to be fired this year. But what scared me was the Mark Davis comments. And I actually was reading some reports. I'll pull them up right now.
Yeah, there was a few. Josiah Anderson, who's pretty spot on, had posted that there are rumblings in the building of a possible change.
Yeah.
But that can mean a lot of things.
Yeah,
it's not necessarily just the coach.
But they're starting to name. Let me see what it says. there's a report that says, as tough as it is to hear, there are league sources who believe, based on the high level back table conversations that the Raiders are currently entertaining, the idea of a new head coach is prominent. And the general manager Telesco has been seen to distance himself from AP behind the scenes. That's a direct quote. Like that to me, I'm like, holy shit. Yeah, that one popped up, and I'm like, okay. And then, you know, the Davis thing says, oh, Telesco and AP are separate. I'm going to evaluate him because Telesco fucking knocked it out the park. Quarterback aside, like he drafted 2 10-year starters and picked up a guy in free agency who's killing it right now. Those are good roster moves. He did the same thing in LA, San Diego. He scouted Andrew Luck. He helped draft Peyton Manning. He drafted Justin Herbert. Like, this guy knows what he's doing. He drafted James. He drafted Bosa. He drafted Allen. It's like he knows what the fuck he's doing. Like, I hate to break it to people. They just had shitty coaching there. And then, they just said bad training facilities, bad trainers, bad coaches, bad assistants, and it just didn't work out. But if you look at the players he's drafted, he's killed it. They did overpay for people at times, and I think that's going to be a little bit reined in. But
overpaying comes with the struggling franchise. You have to be able to bring guys in, and sometimes, unfortunately, you do have to overpay.
So I think this draft's going to be another good thing. We got we're gonna draft a quarterback, and we're gonna draft something complementary to be another starter, either to be a wide receiver or running back. So we're gonna get another 2 starters on our offense out of this draft. You're gonna have 4 starters on our offense drafted in the past 2 years from him. And then depends if Glaze starts. There's your 5th starter right there. Meredith he brought in, who was a free agent. Meredith's already beat out the other guards, and he's a cheap player. He's 26, came out, and he's killing it right now. He's a starting guard.
Yeah.
So it's just, you see what he's doing. He knows how to build a team. It's just he needs people to coach that team.
Yeah. And then a great comment here. He did bring in Wilkins. Max Crosby has been hurt for a long time.
About that, he brought in Wilkins got hurt, and we're going to see this free agency. Obviously, there's always going to be people pissed off, because I think you are going to see a key player walk, because that always happens. Every year that happens.
Hobbs. I'm going to say Hobbs, key player that ends up walking.
Yeah, I don't think Hobbs and Epps are back.
He was hurt, so we'll see what happens with him.
He's old and he's replaceable. I can see Hobbs and Epps gone, maybe Jack. But the thing for me, I think on offense, people get mad when I say this. Jacoby's not a number 1. And people are like, no, he did this. He has a 100% catch rate. Yeah, he doesn't drop the fucking ball, but he also is like 110th or something in yards per catch or something like that. Like something, he's a slot guy that can run routes and is not a deep threat. So between 5 to 7, get a couple yards, that's what he is. That's all he is. And you need players that are going to extend the ball a little bit better, be a little bit more of a threat. And he's not that guy. He's the best number 2 you can probably get in the league. Period. And you see the struggles that KC has. They don't have a true number 1. And they have a lot of issues passing the ball.
Yeah, I agree. I think Jacoby's a great number 2. You got to pair him up with somebody. I was saying 2nd round, maybe you got to reach for a receiver to give Shedeur a chance. I know you got Brock Bowers, but you need a guy who's 6'5" that's going to go up and get the ball when Shedeur gets in trouble.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see what direction they end up going. I know we've talked about free agent receivers. You'd have to overpay for a free agent receiver, which would probably be T. Higgins, unless you go get like OBJ, which would be a super Raider thing to do.
I don't think that guy's caught more than like 200-300 yards past 5 years, dude. He's
caught 9 passes this year in total.
I haven't looked up where the receivers are. I mean, obviously, McMillan is the number 1 receiver, but there's a couple. There's Trey Harris out of Ole Miss, but I don't know if they're graded 1st round prospects. I'd have to look it up.
Or you can reach in maybe the 4th, 5th. You get Shedeur, someone he's familiar with, maybe like a Jimmy Horn out of Colorado. So maybe just a long shot. You never know. Get someone in the 4th or 5th that he's familiar with that he can chuck the ball to. Mike Williams, Mike Williams. I don't. Josh gets pissed off every time we bring up Mike Williams.
Ain't that guy.
He's gonna come. He's gonna come. It's gonna happen. AP's fault all alone. He started Riddler over AOC, but AOC is fine. It's a tank, bro. I mean, at the end of the day, it's about the tank, and that's what the Raiders are doing. They're losing games. It's just, yeah, Mike Williams isn't that good, but Telesco has a hard on for Mike Williams. So it is what it is.
I'm trying to pull up the second round prospects. I know all the first round ones.
T. Higgins. T. Higgins is going to be a huge overpay for any team. That's the only reason I don't see T. Higgins coming. I can see him getting anywhere from 30 million, which is outrageous for T. Higgins, in my opinion.
Yeah, that is fucking stupid.
But I believe maybe like the Patriots, they've talked about bringing in T. Higgins, so we'll see about T. Higgins. AOC is blah anyway. Yep, I agree. He's just a backup. He's not a not a starter. Don't let the old heads on the Twitter fool you.
So starter. For me, I think. Did you watch college football at all?
I watched a little bit. Yeah, I played a lot. I mean, obviously, I got the game up already. I played a lot of like college football, so I'm actually familiar with the names this year.
Oh, the NCAA? Yeah. So
I actually know a little bit this year.
I'm Army. I'm always Army, and I win national championships. Run that triple option. So for me, I think because there's going to be people. I think Jalen Moreau is going to be drafted in the first round. I don't think he's going to fall to second.
That's a hot take. All right.
Yeah, I don't. I think he'll be drafted late first. Somebody's going to get him as a project with an old quarterback.
Saints.
Yeah, it could be Saints.
Giants, baby. You never know. Early second.
And Quinn might even sneak into the first round, but I think he'll be a second.
Yeah, I think Quinn's a second.
But to me, like the wide receiver, I would like because we're going to get one in the second round if we're going to get one. I think that's going to be a good play. We get a third or fourth round wide receiver. They all have their holes and their issues. They're not big enough or not fast enough, or they drop the ball. Whatever. There's always some problem that they're that low. I think Trey Harris is probably the best one we can get in the second round. He's out of Ole Miss. He's big, 6'2", 200 plus pounds. He's fast. He played the SEC, so he played in good competition, and he put up numbers. So we'll see if that happens, but I think we're going to go running back.
Yeah, running back, I can see maybe Judkins at Ohio State as a possibility.
Him and the dude from North Carolina are kind of top. And
North Carolina, I'll go on a limb that North Carolina running back might go first round.
Yeah. What about oh my God, brain fart. It's gonna bother me now. What the hell's his name? Gordon the third from Oklahoma. You think he's first round pick?
No, I think maybe late second. I think Judkins maybe is in the top 40. And that's the three running backs. You're gonna go Gentry, the dude from Carolina, and Judkins.
I'm getting hate messages as I speak on Instagram. That's cool.
Yeah. I'm reading all of them too. You guys keep it fun, man.
I was like, because I was asleep. So like straight up, I posted everything this morning and I went to bed because I got home at 7:30 this morning and took my kids to school. They go to school across the street and then went to bed. And I woke up and I was like, yeah, that performed just about how I thought it would. I fucking get a shit ton of DMs and all this. You fucking caring about other men. That's gay. I'm like, listen. The people that have more power than us, the people that have more information than us, they have more insider information than us, go find out if that shit's real and let us know. That's all. That's simple. Find out that he's fucking up making these mistakes. Yeah. At the end of the day, even if he is, I think he's coming back. So, yeah, I think he's coming back. I don't know what else to say.
How do you think we spend the 100 million cap space? That's a good question.
Financially irresponsible. That's what we're going to be.
Yeah, it's going into the high limit rooms.
I think you make a real push for T. Higgins.
Oh, for sure, no doubt. Just don't overpay, but I think you make the push for T. Higgins no matter what.
Yeah, he's NFL ready. He's a true number one. I would say he's a. If I were to rank him, I would say he's around number 10. I'd say he's 10 around there.
He's good. I wouldn't mind him. I think T. Higgins. I think Dre Greenlaw is another good one you go you go for maybe a safety, obviously with the Marcus Epps maybe not coming back. Or I mean, we'll see what happens there. I don't know any of the safeties out right now. If you guys know, drop them in, and I will comment if they are good. Zach Martin's Martin's getting old. Huh?
Buda
Zach
Baker's
Martin.
Oh yeah.
Buda Baker's a free agent. That'd be a nice addition.
Who? My son's asking me, who's Daniel Gabriel? Oh, the quarterback from Oregon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Heisman. Yeah. Look at him dropping knowledge. You got to pop him on a podcast here.
He should ask questions at the game, but he gets shy. There's actually some really good safeties. Reed's a free agent. Ward's a free agent. Buda Baker
Reed would be nice. Reed from Houston.
No, from the Jets.
Oh, the Jets. So we'll see. T. Higgins will come. Trust. I hope so too, but we will see.
Yeah.
We will see. Maybe we'll trade for Devontae Adams again.
I mean, we could reminisce in the past and get Mac and Cooper at the same time.
Yeah, get Mac. We'll see. Are you talking about Khalil or are you talking about Mac Hollins?
No, I'm talking about Khalil. We can get Khalil Mack and Cooper as wide receiver.
That'd be good. I would love, reminisce, and I would love Khalil Mack back on the Raiders. Imagine him with Crosby. That would be insane.
Yeah, he would be a rotational player, which is fine with me.
Yeah,
as long as he's not making $40 million a fucking year.
Yeah, you put him with Christian Wilkins and Max Crosby, Khalil Mack, that D-line would be insane.
Yeah.
Insane.
There's a lot of good defensive players on this year.
Zamir White is garbage, by the way, which is some comments in here.
Yeah, I think White's gone. I think we release White. I think we're going to release Minshew, just like we did with Jimmy G. We're like, bye, have fun. Yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of good players this year. Man. It's just the free agent market's going to be saturated, so people are going to be paid.
Mm-hmm.
There's some good tackles and guards out too. It just depends if the teams are going to maintain them or not. Yeah. Stanley for the Ravens is a free agent, but I think they're going to keep him. They're like, fuck that. We have people are like, oh, we can get him, and then one of Kansas City's guards who's actually good is a free agent. I'm like, they're not letting these good linemen go because they're hard to replace.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I agree. We'll see what happens there. Watching this video, he was a high pick for us. Wilson? Oh, Tyree Wilson? You talking about Tyree Wilson? Tyree Wilson is a man. If you can fucking get Khalil Mack over Tyree Wilson, put Tyree Wilson on Fremont Street, bro.
Yeah. and people say like, oh, he's doing good. He can't even start over Chase Young. Chase Young's taking playing time away from him. And I heard this and I wanted to scream. They said, oh, that just shows first round picks can take a long time to develop. Dude, he doesn't show anything that's developing. Yeah. Like it's not working out. He's not a good player. And people are like, you can't blame him where he's drafted. I'm like, the fuck I can't. I was like, he's supposed to be a top 10 talent.
Yeah.
And you see the Eagles guy just killing it, man. I'm like, fuck.
What did Jackson Dart say? What did he say that I'm missing? Jackson Dart, obviously. I mean, JPJ, he wore a Jackson Dart shirt yesterday. So what's the rumor going on there? OGBP 760. I didn't hear anything about Jackson Dart. I saw that Powers Johnson wear a Jackson Dart shirt, but that was about it.
Jackson Dart's a fucking third round rated pick. Get out.
He's like a fifth rounder.
I was like, he's not going to start for us.
No.
Hampton was the running back from
North Carolina.
Yeah.
I can see that. We'll see. I mean, there's a lot to talk about. Hopefully next year we're talking about playoffs and not the number one overall pick.
Or I mean, this is going to be the first time since Jamarcus we had the first overall pick. So
yeah, it would be. It would be the first one since Jamarcus, which is insane. Oh, let's see. I have a question. Not only do we need we need so bad a quarterback for the Raiders, but do you think we need more defense? Of course. I mean, you never go wrong with defense. Defense wins championships. That's the old school saying. You go get Dre Greenlaw, you get a safety. Tackle you're probably good at with Wilkins coming back. So drop some questions, guys. Go ahead.
I am going to look into getting a call line, by the way. I forgot to tell you about that.
Yeah, call line would be fun.
No, yeah. I mean, I thought about doing video, but I'm like, no, that's not good.
That's a great question in your chat right now.
Yeah, what?
What will Josh's draft night fit be?
Oh, fuck, I don't know. I mean, I obviously can't dress like Sanders or Ward, so I'll get called a racist. I can't do blackface. Bro, so I'll tell you a funny story. So the photographers at the Raiders know who I am. And one of them came up to me. He's like, "Hey, you're on," like a week later. He's like, "Hey, you're on draft night." And I go, "Look," and it's just a sea of black, and then me in fucking red and booty shorts. And he's like, "We legit had a conversation about cropping you out and taking you out of the photos because you stick out like a sore thumb." He's like, "At every photo we took, he's like, it said, pan photo or like a fan's in the front row. It's like, you don't look at anything else." He's like, "We look directly at you because you're wearing bright fucking red." And I started laughing. He's like, "We legit had a conversation about airbrushing you out." I was like, nice. But I don't know. I don't know what it would do for the draft this year. Where's it at? In Indy?
I believe it's in Indy. No, I don't know where the hell it's at. I'm gonna be honest with you. I just agreed.
I haven't been in the draft in 2 years. I kind of want to go.
Yeah, first pick. I mean, if you're gonna go, it's probably this year coming up. Start the year off with the bang.
Oh, it's in Green Bay. Oh, I'm getting a fucking Airbnb next to Green Bay. That's what I'm doing.
I heard Green Bay is a boring town.
Yeah, anything in the Midwest sucks. The women are ugly. They wear flannel. Everything closes at 8 p.m.
Yeah, I heard Green Bay is just boring.
Wisconsin. Yeah, I've been all over the Midwest. It's not fun. There's nothing really to do there. Beer tastes like shit. But
yeah, I've heard Green Bay is not the funnest place to go. So I'll stay home and watch the draft. Oh. Or get a custom Shedeur Sanders jersey made and hope I don't waste $100. I've thought about it already. I've thought about making a Shedeur, doing one of those, fucking way too early predictions and getting a Shedeur jersey, or getting a Terrell Pryor jersey on eBay for $20 and putting Shedeur's name over it.
Bro, get the Russell.
I am not getting the Russell. I'm not putting that juju on Shedeur. Not that Terrell Pryor was better, but I mean, he was better than Russell.
I don't. That's the thing. He's not going to wear 2. We have somebody wearing number 2 already. So.
Yeah, that's true. Well, so, I mean, if Shedeur wants to, he's probably getting 2.
so I'll tell you the story with Kirk Cousins. So Kyle Pitts had Kirk Cousins' number. You know, right?
Yeah.
Kyle Pitts obviously has more jerseys than him. So Cousin coming into the team, they would have to pay. They're like, okay, hey, we'll split it. We think it'll be just a little bit of money. NFL comes back, to buy out and change the jerseys. It's $775,000. They're like, and Kurt literally said, "All right, I'm good with 18."
Yeah,
that was really fun.
I don't blame him.
Paying $350,000 to get the number 8.
Yeah, insane. Well, that's what happened with Josh Jacobs too. They made him wait 2 years.
Yeah, you have to. So I don't know if Carlson will give up the number because it probably will cost $300,000-$400,000.
And the Raiders are a team that prints their kickers' jerseys.
Yeah, we are that team. We have
that team.
Hey, I've worn Ray Guy.
Yeah,
I've worn
Janikowski,
Carlson, but I've seen people wear it. So that's the type of jersey. Yeah,
so that is something to look out for.
Well, I think besides Baltimore, a lot of people wore Tucker jerseys.
Yeah.
But people wore Harrison Bucker jerseys, but for different reasons.
People wearing Bucker jerseys for things that we won't touch right now.
Oh, he got released. You know that, right?
Huh?
He got released.
What? Did he? I thought he just got hurt. I'm almost positive he just got hurt.
Let me double check.
I think he got hurt.
Oh, never mind. He did. I thought he got released.
Janikowski is my favorite Raider. Yeah, he's probably one of my favorite too. I went to the fun Janikowski story. I was super young and I had woken up super early with my dad, and we went and saw the Bears Raiders in Oakland. We won 24-10 or whatever it was, and we had 8 fucking field goals. I swear, look it up. It's a true fucking story. Janikowski kicked 8 field goals that game, and I just happened to be there. I forget what year it was, 07, 08, something like that. I mean, it was Jamarcus Russell wasn't starting yet, so maybe 07. It might have been that year, 06.
I think I didn't even start a full season.
But yeah, Janikowski kicked 8 fucking field goals, and I didn't see a touchdown that day, and I was like, I don't know, how old was I? 10? I wanted to see a fucking touchdown. That was back in the golden days, bro. Chaz Chillins, Johnny Lee Higgins.
Oh, remember them from fucking UTEP.
Dude, those are some names right there. Johnny Lee Higgins, Chaz Chillins, Rod Streeter. God,
number 80.
What a
I know
team.
those were the days when we sucked and we knew we were gonna suck, and we just went for fun.
Yeah, but I mean, the players were at least they put their heart on the field.
Yeah, and they were nice. They were cool to us. We know in 3 years they're gonna be good. I remember we used to think Andrew Walter was gonna start for us.
Yeah,
like, people forget how many bad quarterbacks we drafted. I need to do a montage of that, like how many quarterbacks we've had in the past 20 years, like all the draft picks. I remember Connor Cook.
We can sit around a fire and name trash Raiders that we love for no reason. All night. Just trash Raiders the past 20 years. And Denarius Moore, that's a great one. He was after Buffalo when he caught that pass between two defenders. I thought he was going to be the next Randy Moss.
Yeah.
Denarius Moore, Zach.
I remember when we got all the hype about Desmond Howard, the Super Bowl winner, the MVP, and he comes in and returns like 7 punts. Sucked. He's
terrible, man.
But I still got a Desmond Howard autograph, so
Yeah, that is crazy. We had so many crazy names. Warren Sapp was a huge name that came over and he didn't work out. Richard Seymour.
If he might coach, I can see him coaching the next NFL level.
We'll see. We will see. There was a lot of Raiders that were insane. Good times though. Good times. Fuck, we had Jordy Nelson too. That was a fun one.
Oh fuck! Oh my god! So all these players you're naming, like I hope you realize, like I have autographs of every single one of them, and it's just like fuck. I wasted my time on that.
We could have a whole stream where we just talk about old Raiders.
Oh yeah, I remember his name Ryan Switzer. I remember that guy.
Oh, Ryan Switzer. That's a crazy pull.
I'm trying to think. Fuck, what other?
Yeah, that is Robert Gallery was like the best offensive lineman in the world to us.
Yeah, and they moved him to guard because he couldn't play tackle. Yeah. He was a top 10 pick too.
Yeah, Aaron Brooks, Jason Witten. Fucking A, that was a recent one.
Oh,
Jordan. Justin Fargas. You can't forget Justin Fargas.
I got Jason Witten's fucking armband over here somewhere.
Who?
Jason Witten's armband.
Oh, damn.
Gloves too. I swear to God, I have his gloves on the wall right next to me.
That's insane. Justin Fargas. Crazy.
Yeah, I got these at the KC game that they won. These are Jason Witten's gloves.
That's crazy. That's pretty cool. That's pretty sick. Jason Witten's Raider gloves. Not even. I mean,
they do shit with us.
Yeah, Jason Witten's Raider gloves. Steve Wisnowski. Oh, damn. Justin Fargas was a great Raider.
Yeah.
Oh man, good times.
My son wants to ask the chat a question. What do you want to ask, buddy? We'll get in the camera. You ain't even wearing no Raider shirt. I was like, you can't go on TV with a Pokemon shirt on, bro. Running shirt. If you guys don't know, my son is obsessed with football. Probably because of me. Loves getting the autographs, knows the game, watches ESPN by himself, looks up player stats by himself, and tries to talk to me. He's on YouTube looking it up, which is really cool. And he'll literally talk to me like, hey, what's this guy doing? Who's better? How are they doing in college? Where do you think they're going to get drafted? And he'll watch games by himself when I'm not here. I'm like, what are you doing? I was like, let me see your search history.
Oh man, this is the end. So if you guys are barely tuning in, we're just having fun.
Yeah, we're almost done, boy.
Yeah, we're having fun. We're naming some old Raiders. I mean, drop some old Raiders in the chat.
Oh, Woodson signed the jersey I was wearing. I
seen that. That was awesome. He signed the Michigan jersey.
Yeah. Why do you think I wore it? I walked in there knowing I was gonna get that shit signed.
Oh yeah, that was nice. That was a sick one, man. That was a good one.
Bro, did you put it on? Oh, you put on your Woodson jersey. All right. What's the question you want to ask? So what do you want to ask?
I was gonna ask if you think Jay Jettis is gonna get traded next year.
Oh, that's a good one. You think Jay Jettis? Where do you think he would go? If he did get traded, where would you like him to go? To the Raiders?
Yep.
How do you spell it?
It's Jay Jettis, but with a J instead of a G.
Bro, I don't even know who that is.
That's Justin Jefferson.
Jefferson, bro, come on.
What are you talking about? I was like, why'd you say Justin Jefferson? So that's his favorite player, him and Tyreek.
Yeah. they're solid players. You know, if Justin Jefferson happens to be available, send the Send the house.
Like, I would be like, you want to be an owner?
Yeah. Justin Jefferson would be super nice. Is that a Michigan jersey?
Yeah, it's Woodson jersey.
Look at that. That's tight.
So
Keep
he
that
was
jersey
one of
coming
it.
up.
So I was like, no, I told Woodson, I was like, I literally just bought
That's
my
sick.
kid a
That's
Woodson
nice.
jersey. And he was kind of, like he doesn't sign a lot. I'm like, this is going to my kid. I was like, it's not for me. And I told him that straight. I was like, this is going to my child. And he's like, really? I'm like, yeah. I was like, I'm not keeping this one. I was like, I already have one. He starts laughing. He's all right. So
yeah. We might not get there's your answer right there. We might not get Jay Jetta, but we can get T. Higgins.
yeah, you know who T. Higgins is, right?
T. Higgins.
You know who he is?
Yes.
Who is he?
He's number 5 on the Bengals, and I believe he's an 86 overall Madden.
They're all
That's a good one. There you go.
And I believe he's wide receiver 3 or wide receiver 2.
He's wide receiver 2. Yeah. He gets hurt a lot though.
There you go. Damn, look at that.
You need to get off that and start
dropping
doing
knowledge.
yeah.
He's dropping knowledge.
Yes.
That's tight.
For 5 weeks.
Yeah, his school doesn't give homework. They don't believe in it or something. It's weird. They do everything in school.
I have homework next week.
But yeah, we'll be back next week, everybody.
Yeah.
Hopefully the hate isn't too bad.
If you guys do want to recap, obviously it's over on our YouTube, QX Go. We talked about Antonio Pierce. We talked about the draft. We talked a lot today. We talked about the scandal, whatever you want to call it. If you guys do want to check it out, please like, subscribe, QX Go on YouTube. And we'll see you guys next week.
And I have an announcement. So obviously I got the password and login for you. I'm gonna start posting the game shit on the YouTube. I've been everybody keeps asking me to do it. I'm like, and we have a channel already. I'm like, I don't want to make my own channel. Mm-hmm. It's like I'd rather just have one. I'm gonna post my shit on there. Hopefully you guys view it, like, subscribe, and share. Get some traction on YouTube. Because the thing is, like, we're both the same way. We make money off the shit. We're gonna give stuff away. We're gonna give stuff back. We're gonna give back to the community. That's just how we are. Like, I give shit away all the time. One more question. So I think I'm gonna start. I'm gonna try it out next. I've never uploaded a video on YouTube, not once.
Maybe I can. I'm free this weekend if you want me to head over, and I can help you edit and stuff.
Yeah. Well, because I'll edit a CapCut and just throw it on there. I think CapCut has an option to edit.
I think it does too. If you need anything, let me know. I'm free this weekend.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it has a YouTube right there.
Go ahead. Ask your question. You got 2 minutes.
Yeah, 2 minutes, bro.
Okay. Who is your top 3 people that the Raiders are gonna draft?
There you go. Answer, guys. Top 3 who you guys would like the Raiders to draft. Mine will be. I'll tell you mine.
College, but only college.
Only college. I'll tell you mine. Shedeur Sanders.
I
would love him as a Raider. Judkins from Ohio State, running back. And I'm gonna go crazy, and I'm gonna say Jimmy Horn from Colorado in the 5th round.
You think Horn's gonna drop that far?
I think he's projected to drop that far. He had a few injuries. He had a few injuries this year, so I don't think he's projected to go too high.
I think Hampton's going to be off the board. I think he's the more explosive back. I think they're going to get him.
Who do you think's going to draft Travis Hunter?
Oh, Giants.
If they have you have to have the number to pick. No, they're not going to pair him with Neighbors. There's no way.
Hey man,
that'd be
dynamic duo.
Who are they going to have throw the ball? Drew Lock. God, I don't even say that. Like, if you had Neighbors and Hunter, Jesus Christ, that is nasty. Like, if I was a quarterback, Aaron Rodgers like, hey, can I swap teams real quick?
Yeah, like, I'm gonna say the Giants. I think Giants gonna take BPA.
You think he goes as wide receiver though, or cornerback?
I think he plays both. I think he turns into the Ohtani. Let me rephrase that. I think he plays both. I think he plays corner 15, 20 snaps maximum.
Like a nickel corner?
Like a nickel corner.
Yeah, I can see that. Because you can't go to both. Let's be realistic. In NFL, you can't play both sides of the ball because you can't go to both meetings, understand both schemes, 17 games a year. That's not realistic. People, you're spread too thin.
Yeah.
So
I think he'll play a simple man, maybe throw him on a blitz once in a great moon, maybe in the cover 2, and that's it. That's all he's going to know.
Oh God, if they put him on a punt return and get him hurt, I'm going to fucking I'm going to write a strong word letter.
Yeah.
But do you think the Giants are going to draft Cam Ward?
Ooh, they might. I mean, if you're going quarterback, I think that's the next person you take. But I think Raiders get Shador.
Yeah, we suck.
What do you think the Raiders get?
I was thinking about Dylan Gabriel.
There you go.
He likes him for some reason.
You like Oregon. He's an Oregon kid.
Yeah.
Or
I'm pretty sure Dylan Gabriel's like 30. How old is he? Like 24, 25?
30?
No, he's really old.
He's in college and he's 30?
Joking.
Oh
God.
That's
And
funny.
I think they might draft Sanders too.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. I think Sanders would be a good one.
Hey,
Or Cam Ward.
you know, if they draft Sanders, we're gonna be the first ones to get an autographed Sanders jersey.
Actually?
Oh yeah, definitely. Already got Cam Ward and Sanders on order.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I gotta get a Sanders. I think I'll get a Sanders one here eventually too.
I got the China Connect now.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, thanks for tuning in, guys. We appreciate everything. We'll see you guys next Tuesday. Go Raiders, whether they're 2-12, 0-10, or hopefully one day in our lives 14-1. So we appreciate you guys. So later.
Let's go Raiders.
Mm-hmm.